What is really good, Facebook? It's your boy, Earon Bevans, CEO of Justice Cash Buyers and founder of the brand itself, Millennial Entrepreneur, coming to you live. We got something very special for y'all, guys. We got a very special guest on our weekly interview, live interview, real estate coach, Bryce McKinley, the man himself, entrepreneur, business owner. What's going on, Laura Bell? Business owner, public speaker, and co-founder of Wholesaling Holy Grail. I think we got a lot of value for y'all that we're about to drop. And we're just waiting on Bryce right now. Soon as Bryce is ready, we're going to go ahead and have him jump on. We're going to value everybody's time. And I know a lot of you are going to be able to catch this on the replay. So if this is a replay for you, make sure, what up, Bryce? I'm ready for you, man. Let's drop some value nuggets on these folks. If this is a replay, make sure that you press replay. And if you are live, definitely smash the like button. Show me some love. And if you're doing real estate, please put in the comment section what state you're in and what city you're representing. I want to see how many states we have represented here. What state are you in? What market are you in? All right, Bryce, I'm about to add you. Let's make this thing happen. All right, Bryce is going to be coming on in just a matter of seconds. Bryce!
What's going on, my man? Can you see me?
I can see you. I can see you. Guys, if y'all have any audio problems, please put in the comment section because I can hear you loud and clear, Bryce. We got Lewis out of San Antonio, Texas. All right. Bryce, man, how are you, bro?
Man, I'm good. I don't even know what I look like or where I'm at in the camera because I can't see myself like normal what the box is. So
no,
I hope this is a good angle. What's going on, you guys?
Bro, we can't see you. We can't see you. I think your camera is turned around.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
crazy.
Got
you. Oh, got you. We got Laura Bell from the Philippines. Woo, woo. What's up, Laura Bell? Man, I've been hyping this up for a good minute now. Because Bryce is, I'm just gonna review some of these things. I've been actually only linked up with Bryce okay, I'm gonna add Bryce right back in. Boom.
There we go.
There it is. All right.
I love it. What's going on, you guys? Bryce McKinley here, Coach Sharp, and you know what time it is.
Yeah. Hey, bro, look, I'm dumb excited to have you on our live, man. This is wild. This is an honor and a privilege, dude.
Man, it's my pleasure. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. I'm so glad that we ran across each other and crossed paths. I didn't even know you were out there because I've got my list packed up. And as soon as I seen you, your content's on point. I was like, man, I got to have this guy in my circle, man. So I love what you're doing, brother. Thank you. And
likewise.
You're so crisp, bro. I wish I could get those lines.
Man, hey, bro, look, shout out to my barber, bro. My barber always puts on for me, dude.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, so we got quite a few people who are going to be jumping on and a lot more who are going to be on the replay. So guys, put what market you're currently in real estate, and also what state and city are you representing. I want to see how many people we got in here. Guys, we got the freaking Bryce McKinley, real estate coach, on our live, which is super exciting. Entrepreneur, influencer, public speaker, coming out of Dallas, Texas. And co-founder of Holy Grail, the Wholesaling Holy Grail?
WholesalingHolyGrail.com, REI Results, and REI Results Academy. Absolutely.
Oh, this is freaking bananas. So first of all, we got to get to know you, Bryce. I think my audience. Oh, we got Dale Diego out of San Diego. We got
what's
Texas.
up, Dale? What's up, Matt?
I love it. I love it. So
make sure you guys are sharing this out. If you guys think we're going to have some value today, which Earon and we intend to do that. So make sure you guys share this out for your audience, your friends, your family, because somebody needs to hear this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Dale said meow.
Meow.
So first of all, how'd you find real estate, man, and how'd you jump into wholesaling?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you asking. I got to ask for permission. Can I get a little vulnerable with you guys today?
Please,
All
man,
right.
please.
So my story starts out in real estate 6 years ago. However, it goes back to when I was 8 years old. I've always been hustling. What's going on, Dale? Mario, I see you guys tagging Marshall on here. Marshall, my guy. He's always live. Man, I was 8 years old and I had a paper route. And I remember Karen coming over to my house and sitting my parents and I down after 3 or 4 months and saying that we're going to have to part ways. She was firing me. That would be the first and the last time I would ever be fired. And little did I know as an 8-year-old that you had to be 10 to have a paper route. And I convinced my route manager to put my paper route in my dad's name. And if I did a good job, give me more responsibilities when I turned 10. She loved the idea. In less than 6 months, I had 5 routes. And not only did I have 5 routes, but I had them paying in the office. So I've always been a sales professional and consummate professional when it comes around sales, right?
Yeah.
However, I experienced some challenges as a young kid, and my parents separated, and everything that I knew about Christ and my religion that I grew up in was just a facade. And I got really mad at the world. I got mad at God. I started joining gangs and just being this piece of crap citizen.
Wow.
And between drugs and alcohol and dealing drugs and the lifestyle that comes with that, my uncle seen something in me that I didn't see, and he seen that natural hustler, and he gave me a shot. I started detailing cars, and between the age of 18 and 21, I would go into car sales and then become the #1 car salesman in the world, where most
And
cars
Bryce,
are.
what market is this in? What location? What state? What area?
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. This is up in Northern Illinois. So I'm up in the Chicago market, the Quad City
No
market,
way.
back and
Okay,
forth
what's
selling
up,
cars.
Chi-Town? Stand up. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And you just met me. I started wearing my backwards reverse sharpened hat just recently. I used to always wear a White Sox hat. That's what most people know,
Oh, and you're a White Sox man. See, I knew, bro. I just moved here from Chicago, man.
I
So
love it.
that's what's up. Okay, cool. I love it. Okay, go ahead.
What's up, Dancito? I know he's looking fresh in all that red.
I know, no suit today, bro. No suit. But go ahead.
It's Friday.
So you became a #1 car salesman.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so in the car world, they have what's called a walk around. It's like a mock test drive, and I was doing the walk around competitions. I got recruited to go to sectionals and regionals and finals, and most people never make it there twice. I've been there 4 times, won first twice and won second twice. And Ford seen something in me that I didn't see and didn't know at the time, and they recruited me out of my dealership. What's going on, JD? Jawad Dash is in the house, and man. That's when I fell in love with coaching and mentoring, because Ford Motor Company hired a coach. We put some language and some content around my sales process. And from 21 to 28, I would travel the world teaching my sales process to Ford, and then Nissan picked me up.
Dude. That's sick, bro. Wow. Napoleon Hill type stuff, bro.
Right.
That's
right.
crazy. So 28 years
man.
old, 28 years old, you're traveling the world and teaching people your sales techniques that you had picked up along the way.
So not completely up until that point. So this is kind of what got me into real estate, because I got I had some unfortunate events. In 2006, the girl that I had been, with, she had a baby that she lost, and she started drinking real heavily, and we ended up getting married. And by 2008, she would take her life. And
oh my goodness, bro. Wow.
Yeah, bro. So it's been some ups and downs in my life, man. And that's what I think only makes us stronger, right? Hence the sharpness, selflessly helping already persons eager for nurturing. And I was eager, and I needed that nurturing, and I had to find something. I sobered up. I met some crazy, beautiful girl in Wisconsin. We had a baby, and we were doing life. We were doing it all over again. At that point, I had lost, several $1 million, and I had a couple hundred left in the bank, couple 100,000. And I found out she wasn't who I thought she was. And I would come home one day to find, after we moved to Texas, I got a contract with another corporate Fortune 500 company. And I came home one day and my little baby boy was a couple months old crawling through a whole bunch of pills, and she had OD'd. And I was just like, what is going on? And she was coherent. I called the police. I packed a backpack. I went back in the room, set my baby in the pill mess, and took some pictures,
Yeah, yeah.
I was taking him home.
Yeah,
so
yeah, man. Yeah.
We packed up and we ended up staying in a hotel that was on the corporate account for a couple months, and they figured it out. They booted me out and I lost that contract. So over the next couple of months, I'd be sleeping in my car here in McKinney, Texas, actually just right around the corner from where I live now. There was no subdivision here. There's a water tower. And September 28th, I took the 40 cal that sits next to my bed, hasn't jammed since, never jammed before. But that night, I put it in my mouth and I pulled the trigger 3 times. I was done. I had $32 to my name 7 years ago. And I remember looking back on that as I started cultivating the speaker and coach and story. And I remember looking back, I was so frustrated at my higher power, my God. And I threw my gun. I got back in my car. I'm cussing and swearing. My baby boy's asleep in the back. And he wasn't supposed to speak. If you guys all know hashtag the middle school millionaire, he speaks a lot. He's got his own YouTube channel, his own Facebook page. I mean, my 8-year-old's doing some huge things now.
Yeah, dude.
But he
Yeah,
wasn't
man.
supposed to speak.
Yeah.
And wrapping up this story, man, I gave God an ultimatum, and I basically said, show up. And when you show up, I'll show up. And man, did he ever. He would go over the next 10 months to teach me how to manage my finances better, get my head right with my spiritual devotions. And what I mean by that is within 24 hours after I given that ultimatum, I had $20,000 deposited from an old client. I wasn't broke no more. Within a few hours of that, I had a 1-bedroom apartment. This is all 7 years ago. And so I was super blessed, but he taught me how to manage my money because my account froze, having a big account after I had drained it, and they thought it was fraud. And so I'd get $2,000 over the next 10 months, 9 months, whatever. And I learned to manage my money. And then that gave me time to go prospect for some clients to do some sales consulting with. And that's when I found real estate. So to answer your question, I found real estate by accident, but definitely a purpose behind it. And these guys were looking for an acquisition manager. I wasn't looking to work for nobody, so I pitched them that I wanted to be a part of their business.
So these were investors, or was this a real estate like a retail real estate firm, or?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. It was actually a brokerage. It was a real estate brokerage, and they were looking to start an acquisition team. They have since depleted their retail brokerage now just to focus on the investments, because that ultimatum that we negotiated was, you come in and do 10 deals your first month, we'll talk about this partnership.
Nice.
And I came in first month, 23 deals in, 32 days later.
Okay, so man, I'm curious, and this is a selfish question now. Forget my audience. This is a selfish question. So how are you able to do so much business on the sales side, on because a large part of real estate is sales, right? And a lot of people hate to admit that, but it's true. A large part is sales. So I mean, do you have any ninja tips? Like, how are you able to do so much business, man? What is it, mindset, or what is it?
It's all of the above, and I appreciate you asking. So, for your selfish purposes, to share with you, number one, super proud of you, by the way. I seen your LLC out there, so kudos to you for doing it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm scared as all get out, bro.
And you should be. That's the best way to operate, man. You make crazy decisions as long as you've got a coach or a mentor that's there to hold your hand and take a proven path. And so it goes back to your question, how did I do that? I've got a very, very simple 5-step process that I use, and I'd love to share with your audience. But please, to that process,
what's up, Adriana? By the way, Houston. Shout out to Houston. What up?
What's up, H-Town? I see Jamal's on here out on the East Coast. What's going on, Jamal? It's good to see you, bro. And so, man, it boils down to systems and processes. That's all it is. And so, fortunately, this company had some money to invest, and I had a process. I had a 5-step process that I've used, from the car business to the siding and windows to alarms, several different gas and oil JVs that I've done personally. I've got a 5-step process that I implemented, which creates good problems, and then we have to implement systems to manage those. And so that's what happened, and over the next 4.5, 5 years, we would go to scale to doing hundreds of deals every single month. And I haven't walked a property. I haven't walked a property, and it's been about 4.5, 5 years since I've met with the seller, and about 5.5 years since I've walked a property.
Holy macaroni, bro. What? Are you serious? That's crazy. So, okay, so you got to tell me more, man. So you're doing stupendous amounts of volume in the real estate side. Now, is this wholesaling, or are you doing buy and holds, owner finance, subject twos, all the above, or what are you doing?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. What's up, Sammy? I see you, brother. One of my students right there.
SP. What's up, Sammy?
Angelo in the house. So, man, to answer the question, I am one of the guys that gets laser focused, and I master one thing. You know, that book, One Thing, I master one thing before I look outside of my parameters. And so I only do wholesaling. I don't know fix and flip. I know how to run the numbers.
Wow.
However, I don't have the experience managing crews and the timelines and the permits and things like that. I don't know all that. So I'll be transparent.
Wow.
I don't. Matter of fact, I'm looking for a new mentor right now so I can start to learn that. So now I can add to the long-term legacy.
That's freaking powerful, dude. I'm so glad. Guys, I didn't know. So I'm speaking to my audience. Guys, I had no idea. So, dude, you only focus on wholesaling, and you're doing that much volume. Are you virtually wholesaling in certain areas, or are you sticking to your own market, you know, relatively local, or how are you doing that amount of volume just wholesaling?
That's a great question. So two things. It goes down to systems and processes, right? It's the system and process behind the curtains. Now, to answer your question, where I'm doing this, up until about 9 months ago when I was still with my partners, which I've since parted ways. So that scary feeling that we all feel starting a new business, hey guys, I've been there. I'm going through it, not really going through it now, but 9 months ago, I made a decision that they were holding me back. And so I built this coaching program to where I can franchise it out, and we can create a company culture, franchise style wholesaling company and go worldwide with this. But up until 9 months ago, I was solely in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Wow. So now you're spreading, you're branching out all over the US, or are you focusing all over Texas, or?
Yeah, all over the U.S. I've got students calling in Alabama, Georgia, New Jersey, New York, Chicago, Seattle, Miami, Phoenix. Yeah.
Wow. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How do you, in this industry, there's a lot of gurus, right? And I think especially in my generation, I'm building a brand called Millennial Entrepreneur. I think especially in my generation is a lot more mindful of the gurus, the hashtag gurus out there, right? Well, you're someone who's exceptionally experienced. How do you circumvent the guru taboo?
Yeah, that's a great question,
and
man.
get credibility. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they're really, you know, trying to beware and cautious of scammers. How does a person go about choosing a good mentor in this industry?
So I hear two questions there. One, how to choose a good mentor, and how do I get around the negativity from others that look at me as a guru? Number one, man, I don't consider myself a guru. And after getting to know some of the other guys that have been called quote unquote gurus, I wouldn't consider them gurus. And what makes us different is the fact that we've got proven processes, proven systems, and we've got proven results. You won't ever find me posting a check, but I promise you, I've got hundreds of them I could post. And that's just in the last 2-3 months.
That's lovely.
You know, I don't do all of that. But if somebody wants to see my books, well, you could see my books. I don't care. That's not important to me. I don't need your business. I want your business, right? And so I think that one of the things that separates me that most of my clients like is that I'm just real. I'm gonna cry with you. I'm gonna die with you. I'm gonna call your client with you. And you know, I just did it today. Elizabeth Daniel, I think she's on here watching. I just helped her negotiate a deal in a North Dallas suburb, one of the highest influential suburbs in the country, right? You're talking $1 million lots. I just helped her negotiate a deal on the phone. I didn't have to do that, but because I want to see results. That's the name of my company, REI Results. And I want to see those results. And like Sammy said, that's right. I'm the real deal. I don't give a darn if you don't like me. I still love you. I'm still going to help you as long as you're coachable and you're willing to put in the work.
Man, I love it. That's freaking awesome. That's awesome. So what advice would you have for new wholesalers that are jumping in? They've seen the commercials, they've fed into the hype, and they're tired of being a 9 to 5, maybe, young millennial. I want to own my own freedom, my own time, but I'm super scared. I've never owned my own business. I've never done anything like this and generated money off of my own efforts. But besides a 9 to 5, what kind of advice would you have for that person?
So let me go back to that second question from the last conversation. I actually have a live stream plan and notes. And you asked the question, how does someone go about hiring a coach or what to look for? I'm not saying I'm the best, but my results say otherwise. My coaching students will tell you otherwise. You guys go to wholesalingholygrail.com. You'll see I've been on stage with Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Matt Maddox. These guys will tell you. I don't need to speak for myself, right? But a good coach has 7 things. Number 1, they have a system. Number 2, they have advertising and paid traffic. Number 3, they teach what they do, meaning they practice what they preach. Number 4, they don't shame you if you're having a bad day. I mean, there's been several students that I've said, you know what, let's scrap this lesson. Let's talk about what's going on at home. That's the sold out part of what I do, right? I don't care. We're set for 10 weeks. If it goes 12 and you're still getting results, but your family life changed, I'm all about that. So, I'm not going to shame you for doing something the wrong way. I'm going to give you the tips that you need for your personal life, your financial life, your professional life, and physical life. I mean, as much as I know how. I'm not perfect, and I know that. Number 5 is just congruent. They show up. They do the same thing. They are consistent, and you can rely on them. If they do that, then that's probably somebody you want to work with. 6 is being transparent. I think I speak for that already. I'm transparent. I don't care what you think about me. I don't need your business. I want it. I'm still going to love you either way, even if we disagree. And last but not least is the results. You show me somebody out there that hasn't walked a property in 4 years that's doing 40, 50, 60 contracts a month. I think that speaks for itself.
Absolutely, man. That's absolutely incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Guys, this guy's the real freaking deal, man. I love it. I love it. So let's move on to the next question then. So a lot in my audience, including myself, I'm a relative rookie to the business. I've only been full-time. I've dabbled for a little less than a year. I've been full-time for about 5 months. We've done a little over 28. I want to say about almost 30 deals in the past 5 months. Yeah, dude, super blessed.
Dude, that's great, bro.
Yeah, man, we're super excited, but I'm still a rookie, man. There's still certain things that I don't know, even with wholesaling, and I'm only focusing on wholesaling. So, and I still have that fear, you know what I mean? But going to do cold calls or negotiating, I still have that feeling of fear and sometimes insecurity. What advice would you have for the newbie that's like they're buying into it, they're just really afraid? What kind of suggestions would you have for them?
That's a great question, Earon. And I'm going to say it like this. Keep it stupid simple. Just like the old sales acronym, the KISS acronym, keep it stupid simple. Because at the end of the day, we all have those challenges. We all have those limiting beliefs. And you've got to be able to push past that. And when you do, know that you're going to fail. And when you fail forward, right? I mean, I get on stages in front of thousands of people with some of the biggest, baddest names in the industry of coaching and speaking. I mean, Les Brown, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. You don't think I was nervous to live up to that expectation? I'm hungry, right? Like, how are you going to mess that up? Like, you can't bomb on this. So even someone at my caliber or my level, we still have those limiting beliefs. It's what you do with them, though. Are you going to stay scared, or are you going to do something to address that? And so my advice would be, know that everybody else has those beliefs. I mean, I've sat in the biggest boardrooms in America and sat with the shittiest people in America, excuse my language. And we're all human, and we all have fears and doubts in ourselves. It's how are you going to address that? And then secondly, I would say follow a system and keep it simple. At the end of the day, wholesaling is simply 4 parts. Marketing goes out and a lead comes in. A conversation's had and a contract's gained. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Marketing, lead, conversation, contract. Same thing on the buyer side. Marketing goes out, buyer lead comes in, a conversation's had, and a contract of assignment. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. And if you can put, hamster wheels in between those parts to systemize it, the sooner the better. That's it.
Yeah. Man, you got me fired up, dude.
I love it. I'm glad, man. I'm glad.
So can you just share with us? We have like our time is dwindling down. Do you have a favorite deal that you've seen to fruition from beginning to end that you can just give us the Reader's Digest version on?
Oh man, absolutely. If anybody is familiar with the biker gang shootout in Texas that happened about 3 years ago, you remember that?
Holy moly, no, but this sounds amazing.
Yeah, so it was like down in San Antonio or Austin. There was a big biker rally meetup, and a whole bunch of like banditos and Hells Angels and all these guys were there, and they shot and killed a whole bunch of people, right?
Wow, holy moly.
It was like a week or 2 weeks later, I had a guy call me, and this is down in the south at Waco. That's right, Cherica.
Waco.
It was the one in Waco, yes. It was a big biker gang shootout. Well, I had one of the leading members of one of the Dallas chapters of one of these gangs, and I don't remember the gang, but this dude was a bad mamma jamma. I didn't know that's who he was. I get to the motivation, and the reason he wants to sell his property is because he needs to bail out one of his buddies that's been there for him all of his life and hiring him an attorney. He was doing him a favor.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds a little sketchy. Whatever. This was the last client that I met in person, and that's one of the reasons why I remember it out of the thousands of deals that I've done. So this man shows up at my office, and he's my size. He's like 6'5". He's bigger than I am, so he's like 250, 260.
Yeah.
And he's got a big leather biker jacket, and it's like January, I think, February. It's cold. This dude's got the ZZ Top beard going on, and he comes in and he's like, I just want to do this deal. I just need enough, blah, 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 to get my guy on. I'm like, okay, let's do it, bro. And I started dumbing down my conversations and just hitting it home. Got to find out he's not as big and bad and burly as he was, right? He had this nonprofit where they are donating backpacks for the kids. I mean, who knows? It could be a front for what their criminal activity is. I don't know. But this dude was a cool dude, and he was just a person. I had an opportunity to witness my faith to him, number one. And number two, he sold me this dumpy little house down in the Bishop Arts District for like 20 grand.
Wow.
Dude, we closed on that and hoteled it 3 days later for like $150,000 assignment.
Holy crap, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah.
$150,000 assignment fee?
Yeah. After fees, it was like 147 and some change. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys,
I'll never forget that.
Guys, how would y'all like so from beginning to end, this is the first time I've talked to the gentleman or set the appointment to collecting check. About how long was that?
I think on that particular deal, it was like 2.5 weeks. It was a little sooner and quicker than most.
Yeah.
But in wholesale, your average turnaround is 35 to 40 days if you're doing the right thing. One of the things that my system teaches is that efficiency, and my average wholesale transaction is right at like 25 or 26 days. This particular one was a little bit quicker. It was maybe 14 days. I don't remember, but it was pretty quick turnaround.
Guys, can you imagine cashing out $147,000 in 2 weeks on a wholesale deal? That's freaking bananas, dude. That is bananas. Wow. Holy moly. All right, cool. I'm huge into reading books, Bryce. I've been following a lot of your content over the past week since I've been introduced to you, since I interviewed Tedimer, one of your students. So reading is huge for me. For my team that I have, we do a book of the month, and everybody has to introduce what book they're reading and what value they've brought. The book has brought them. They share it with us at our team meeting every week. Do you have a book that you would recommend, strong book that you would recommend to anybody who's entrepreneurial, looking to start their own business, wholesalers?
Absolutely. So If you're looking at a book for wholesaling, wait about 2 months and take my book. It's called Just Trust the Process, the 5 Simple Steps to Every Transaction for Larger Profits. So wait a couple months.
I love it. Shameless plug.
Had to trust the process. It's the simplest. I mean, there's several good wholesaling books out there, but they give you all the pieces of the puzzle, but they don't give you the glue to show you the hamster wheels in between. My book is going to do that.
I'm writing that down. I'm writing that down. What is it called?
It's called Trust the Process. So I'm about 60 days out from publishing. But it's beautiful.
I'll order it as soon as it comes out, and I'm going to make sure that I post that.
Absolutely. I'd be honored, man. I appreciate it. Matter of fact, I'll send you one, bro.
That would be awesome.
I'm going to be giving the first like 10,000 of them away. So
that's
you
amazing.
pay for shipping, I'll send you a book. It's absolutely free. You just pay for the shipping. So just let me know, brother.
Absolutely.
As far as the team goes, though, the business, the single entrepreneur, obviously the good, you can't go wrong with Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Yep.
But if you are building a team, you need to know how to build a culture. And I would recommend 2 books. Let me get in my library here because I read like forever. So number 1, as the leader of your business, working with others, you have to read Multipliers by Liz Wiseman. If you haven't read this book, Multipliers by Liz Wiseman, this book will change the way that you lead. It will not only show you how to lead by example, but it will show you how to lead by assigning tasks versus responsibilities. Let others own your company in their heart. And then secondly, the culture. Creativity Inc. You want to know how Pixar's environment is so great? The author is Ed Catmull. Creativity Inc. These 2 books will change the way you lead. It will change the way you show up, and it will change the way that you allow others to run your business so you can work on it and not in it.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. Thank you so much. And I have a question for you.
Yeah.
There are a few people out there who I've talked to who say you cannot create a business in wholesaling that makes you rich. Is that true? And can you just present your brief case before we close out?
Briefcase to that is I had $32 to my name 7 years ago. And right now I've got a couple million sitting in the bank. I just paid cash for the house that overlooks the water tower. I tried to commit suicide. Like for real, if I got up and showed you, I paid $300,000 on a wholesale deal cash, took a cash out refi. I took 150 in equity back out just for this deal. And so I made money on this house purchase that I financed and I paid cash for. And that's a whole nother conversation. If you don't think you can get rich doing this, you're lying to yourself, because it opens the doors of opportunities to meet other highly influential people that'll teach you how to buy and hold and lease option and subject to and wraps and all of the other ways to make millions. This is the quick tool. This is the fastest tool to get you there. And so if you're not wholesaling, you want to do real estate, don't waste your time getting your license. Get up with the coach, follow Earon, Dancito, myself, Jawad, anybody that's actually doing business, and just follow somebody, but just don't do nothing.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Hey, guys, if you are not already doing so, there is no affiliate program. I am not being paid to, market Bryce in any way. I just met this guy a week ago, and he's absolutely phenomenal. If you're not already doing so, make sure to go follow this man. He has a book coming out in, 2 months?
Yeah, about 2.5 months, yep.
Trust the Process. I'm going to be plugging it on mine. Make sure y'all go check it out. I hope y'all guys replay this thing because there's a lot of value and motivation here. We're going to be signing off. Any parting words, Bryce?
I do. Before we part, this might take a little bit more longer than what your normal wrap-up is.
Do you think?
We promised some fire today, and I don't want to just share my testimony. I want to make sure we add value to both of our audience. And so this is for those of you that have simply stuck around to listen to what we are talking about here. So I want to give this to you guys. 5-step process, very simple 5-step process to every conversation is
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. I'm ready.
All right. Number 1, I want you to picture yourself going to the gym. You go to the gym, what's the first thing that you do before you lift that bar? You stretch out, you warm up, right?
Stretch, yep.
Step number 1 is the warm up. Just like everybody else says to build rapport, I want you to warm up with the acronym FORM. Warm with FORM. F-O-R-M. Family, occupation, recreation, motivation. Here's the trick, guys. You cannot find somebody's motivation if you can't find out what they're for. FORM. So you need to know what kind of work they do, how long they've done it, whether they love, like, or hate their job. You need to find out about their family, whether they love, like, or hate their family, whatever the case is. You need to ask 3 or 4 questions around each one of those things. Step number 1 is warm up with form. How do you ask those questions? Very simple acronym, RAQ, R-A-Q. Repeat, acknowledge, question. So you give me an answer and you say, yeah, the kids are at school. I'm getting ready to leave to go pick them up. Oh, they're at school. How old are they? Repeat, acknowledge, question. Wow, 7 and 8. That's a fun age. Do you guys go outside and build snowmen with the snow or whatever you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Repeat, acknowledge, question 3 or 4 times around every single one of those letters in the acronym. Now, once you get done warming up at the gym, what's the next thing that you do? You don't just go and press 200 pounds up, right? You start out slowly and bridge the gap. Step 2 is bridge the gap. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to take that linguistic conversation event and you're actually going to move that needle just enough so that they know that you care about their family. One of the big things that salespeople in real estate specifically fail and miserably fail on is trying to build rapport. Oh, you go to that church? Me too. Who cares? Ask them about their church. What do they like most about that church?
Dig deeper.
You see what I'm saying? They don't care about you. Their guard is up. They don't want to know anything about you. Ask about them. When you make someone feel important, they will feel as if you're important. Promise you.
Okay.
So step 2 is bridge the gap. Take the family, it sounds like you've got a hectic lifestyle. Is that why you're looking to sell the house today? I teach you guys a whole bunch of NLP. I'm a master certified NLP instructor. And so how to say what you say is super important, but you start bridging that gap in step 2. And I show you how to do that, bringing the needle forward. And then step 3 is very simply this. Ask defeating questions. And what that looks like is if you're at the gym and you're throwing that weight up, the defeating questions in your head say, oh, it's getting heavy. I can't do it. I can't do it. What you do is when you ask the right questions, you create a limiting belief in that seller's head. And when you can do that, guess who's the solution every time?
I am.
Exactly. So now you get to put your superhero cape, as my son says. You get to be a superhero and save them from a tremendous amount of problems that they would experience if they worked with anybody else. So step 3 is to ask defeating questions, or in turn creating a limiting belief. Now, when you do that, obviously it's easy. Step 5 or step 4.
What does that look like? Maybe I didn't catch it, but so I get ask defeating questions, but what does that look like in a conversation?
Man, that's a great question. I'll give you one example because that's some of the secret sauce that I have here.
Okay, got it.
One example is that RAQ, right? Repeat, acknowledge, questions. So they tell you, we updated the kitchen, the bathroom, it needs carpet, it needs paint, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wow. You updated the kitchen. Repeat, acknowledge with an uptick and then a downtick with a quick uptick that creates a curiosity. So you updated the kitchen. Oh, wow, that's exciting. How long ago did you do that? Oh, that was 10 years ago when we moved. 10 years ago. So it's probably not market ready to 2019, huh? You just created a limiting belief in their head, and when you do that the right way with the repairs, now when they thought they were going to tell you 200,000, now they're at 165, and now you only got to negotiate $5,000.
Oh, that's fire, dude.
Yeah, man, I haven't even walked the property at this point in my process, so that's a whole nother conversation. So step 5, you go in for the close. You never give them a number until they have given you a number, because at this point, they know, like, and trust you, and they will every single time. Less to negotiate, larger profits every single time. And then step 5, once you send out the contract, step 5 is this. What do you do at the gym? After you rack the bar and you close it in step 4, when you go to the gym, what do? You don't just jump in the car, right? You cool off, cool down. Form with form. You warm down with form. And I'm so excited to have this interview with you, Earon. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise, bro.
see, you want to have the conversation. I'm role playing and you didn't even know it. Step 5 is, man, it's been so good doing business. Now I want to talk us about something else. Any big plans for Christmas? Boom. That's step 5. You get them off the business, get them off the subject. And now when they go home, hey, babe, I sold the house. You did? How much you get? I don't remember, but I love that guy. We got a great team, babe. That's what happens.
That's genius, dude. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Man, for those watching this, ninja tips if you stuck around for this. Man, Bryce, thank you so much, bro. This has been an absolute honor. I knew you were going to just kill it. Guys, definitely go follow this man. Bryce, we appreciate the value. I'm going to be reaching out to you shortly. Until next time, guys, it's Earon Bevans, the Millennial Entrepreneur. Your man, Bryce McKinley. Let's get it.
God bless. Take care.